After taking up the subject of Houska Castle again for the Astonishing Legends Podcast, who did a great job covering the Gateway to Hell at Houska, see episode Gateway to Hell Part 1 and 2, episodes 83 and 84, we decided to go back. Just days from Halloween, we revisited Houska Castle, took the tour again, also went on to Kutna Hora, where we went down to the Sedlec's ossuary, so the room full of the bones of thousands. Oh, wait, here we are.
Hello and welcome to Houska Castle. I'm Pete Collman and Astonishing Legends. Guys, thanks so much for the swag. We're glad that you can get us here on your budget, which was a little bit small for us. We had to sleep in the car, but we're here. So, and there's...
Is that Pete?
Oh my God,
oh,
look who that is.
You guys, well, welcome to my home.
You look from...
We'll show you around. Pete Collman, I'm going to be seeing you. You're on my list.
You look familiar.
Hey. Oh, sorry, guys.
It's right. Travis Dow, everybody.
Czechs have a funny sense of humor. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so we're back. We decided to take we have better equipment, better cameras. Let's see what we see.
We have ghost detecting devices as well. So
That's
we're
right.
going to see what's going on for the Gateway to Hell, which is behind us.
And we have costumes to try to be welcomed in. So
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get a lot better shots this time. And we're just here to have some fun. So I think they opened a new museum that wasn't here before. And yeah, let's see.
We'll take a tour and see what else we can find from 3 years ago when we did the first tour here for the Bohemican Podcast. And with Astonishing Legends, with your show about talking to Travis and what we found out about 3 years ago, maybe we can add to that. So hopefully we'll see what's going on.
It's a cool place. Can't wait.
All right, let's go.
The tour makes the history much more apparent, from the strange frescoes in the chapel and all the legends to a hunting lodge and one lived in quite recently. When the SS and Gestapo were looking for a place after Germany's invasion, this is one of the places they set up shop. In the middle of nowhere, a strange location, but perfect for the purposes of the Nazis. Interrogation and torture happened in the rooms right above. The thing is, Nazis are just the latest evil to hit the area of Castle Houska. They did bump into a special castle, one not built for defense against foreign invaders coming from foreign lands. No, the Nazis unwittingly, or perhaps quite knowingly, confiscated a gateway to hell. Prehistoric tales and excavations of the area ranging back to Celtic settlements tell of a long history of this hill. 1,000 years of recorded history fill in the recent past. A history full of demonic shadows flying out of a chasm in the earth, birds dropping dead, and other omens of evil abound throughout the centuries. But this evil is far older than the Nazis, older than Christianity in the area. To hear more about Houska Castle, the castle built inside out, with the fortifications guarding the inside, listen to Astonishing Legends. Because it's the inside of the castle that's the threat. The castle is guarding an entrance to hell itself. Historic records of the area take the castle back all the way to Ottokar II in the 13th century. Far from any borders, trade routes, and even access to water. So why here? Well, there was a huge chasm on top of the hill, going down to a bottomless abyss, too deep to hear rocks hitting the bottom, and no rope at the time long enough. But witnesses reported half-man, half-beast creatures flying from the abyss. Something needed to be done.
The eerie feelings surrounding this castle are a perfect bait to tourists and seekers of the occult, both young and old. From devil puppetry to graphic displays of local legends, Houska Castle hits all the right marks.
Prisoners with a death sentence were lowered into the cave. The stories continue all the way into the 19th century and even more current times. But we have another place to visit, the ossuary in Kutna Hora, Sedlec.
So here we are in Sedlec Czech Republic, which is actually the ossuary behind us. And Travis and I were going to get ready to go inside to take a look at one of the more macabre areas in all of central Bohemia. And that is the ossuary here in Sedlec, the Bone Church, what many people call it the Bone Church, where thousands of remains of people from several hundreds of years are enshrined in very interesting ways. So Travis, are you ready for this?
This close to Halloween? I'm not sure about that.
Okay, let's give it a try. Let's go inside and see what it's like.
Okay.
Okay, so welcome here to the ossuary in Kutná Hora, Czech Republic. One of the more spooky places that we can put on the list, especially a few days before Halloween. This part of the chapel is actually in the basement of an old church, and it's been designed by kind of a very morbid way of looking at things by taking body parts, bones and skulls and different parts of the body, and making ornamentation out of it. And behind us right now, you'll be able to take a look at a shield, a family shield that's done, and the heraldry was given by the king to people that did special things. And you'll see behind me that there's actually a sort of representation of a turban, what they call a Turk's head made out of bones. And that's because the person that actually did this came back from a crusade and was awarded that on his shield of heraldry by the emperor or the king. So that was incorporated here in bones. So you can see a lot of this going on here, but you can also notice I'm keeping my voice down. This is also a place of high decorum because people are deceased. You're talking about thousands of people here that were enshrined here in bits and pieces. And we'll take a tour of seeing how the skulls were placed in giant pyramids or made into chandeliers. We'll actually get to see that some of the bones were from people that were fought in the Hussite Wars. But this place wasn't really put together until late into the 19th century, believe it or not, even though some of these folks have died many years beforehand. The process of cleaning the bones with bleach and taking off the biomatter, as it were, was a hard job to do and a dirty job. But it was done in a way that allowed for more people to be closer to the church, a part of it, because there was no room in the graveyards.
Skulls are exhibited to show their telltale signs of war and of a brutal death. The Hussite rebellion wars ravaged much of Bohemia. These poor souls must have seen the wrong end of a mace or an axe. A violent death, for sure. Above our heads are assembled human remains in forms hard to imagine. Archways of bones, skull chandeliers. You feel the voices of the dead try to whisper their stories, yet the silence is deafening. Empty sockets stare right through you. Yet this is a place of reverence, holy ground, that marks the end of the worldly and the hopes of eternity yet to come. We hope you have taken in the sights and the sounds of this tour through haunted Bohemia, from the dark history of Houska Castle to the macabre construction of the dead in Sedlec near the ancient silver mining town of Kutná Hora. The Bohemican Podcast wishes you safe journeys through your travels, and special thanks to our friends at Astonishing Legends. So for Travis Dow, I'm Pete Collman saying Naskladano from Czechia.
You ever thought about decorating your house like this, Pete? Or
Yes, I have. It's called postmodern death.
all right, hey, that's a nice hat there.
Like that?
I like it. I do.
Astonishing.
It's legendary.
It's astonishing and legendary.
Both of those things. Oh wow, look at that.
What's going on? I feel like I'm losing my mind. It's all in German. I thought it was like a typo.